We want to have that discussion with a UN official. He's Andrew Whitley, head of the New York office of the UN Relief and Works Agency for Palestine refugees. Thank you very much for being with us again.
Thank you.
First of all, let's begin by asking if you could update us on the current humanitarian situation in Gaza.
In a nutshell, after 20 days of fighting, we now have over 1,000 persons confirmed dead, of which about 40% are women and children, and over 4,500 injured, many of them with very severe wounds. Several 100,000 people have been displaced from their homes. We have over 40,000 in our own shelters. These are schools that have been converted into temporary shelters. Most of the population of Gaza remains without water and without electricity, and food remains in very short supply.
We've heard about the Israeli shelling of the UN compound there in Gaza today. Do you accept Israel's explanation that militants have been using that compound to fire against Israeli forces and that the Israelis were responding?
Absolutely not at all. Overnight, some 700 people flooded into our Gaza field office today, the main office in the center of Gaza City, to escape the fighting in the vicinity. All of them were civilians. We know that for absolute sure. There was no firing taking place from our compound.
And when the shells landed, did they all land at once, or was there a period of time of shelling?
The firing started round about 9:30 in the morning, and we warned the Israelis immediately as soon as shelling started in the vicinity of our offices. They, of course, know very well where those offices are. In fact, the Gaza Training Center, which is part of the same complex, was hit by a shell, killing 9 of our trainees at the start of the aerial bombardment. So this is a well-known and clearly marked facility. Yes, we called the Israelis, and then a shell initially hit the Gaza Training Center, and then several more shells, we believe a total of 5, hit the Gaza field office adjacent to it.
So even after you said we're under fire here,
the shelling continued.
Another issue, the use and legality of phosphorus in artillery shells, which we just showed. It's been a point of dispute during this conflict. What can you tell us about that?
2 of our senior officials are former military officers, and they know what phosphorus is like and the circumstances under which it should be used. And they say that in this circumstance, that white phosphorus incendiary shells were used. We don't know if it was artillery or tank fire, but from the burning of the building and the inability of our staff to be able to put it out, it was very clear that this was phosphorus that was being used.
Andrew Whitley, thank you very much for speaking with us again today.
Thank you.